Here I have a sample kit of some of Dedcool's perfumes. This kit includes Extra Milk, Fragrance 1, which is Taunt, Mochi Milk, Aura, Sunlit Blooms, and Milk. I've never tried any of Dedcool's perfumes before, but I've heard that people like them, especially their perfume Taunt. I'm gonna try that one last because that's the one I'm most excited for. I've kind of been on the hunt for a range of perfumes that I really like. I sometimes will fall in love with one and just kind of wear that one for months, but I want to have an array, an assortment of perfumes that I can kind of rotate between. My sister bought this for me, and after she gave it to me, I had the idea to film another perfume review. A lot of people liked my source perfume review, and so I thought I'd do another one. I like this, and if other people like this, then that's a win-win. I came armed with my copy paper, which I'm going to cut up into sample strips. I also have coffee grinds that I'll smell every couple perfumes if I remember, so that I don't become nose blind. My goal for this video is to give you scent impressions. So I will describe the scents, but I really want to give you visuals as to what they remind me of. I'll tell you the notes after each one. I kind of want to smell them before I read the notes, just so I can kind of go into them without having any expectations for them, aside from the name. Firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my tester strips. So I have my tester strips here, and I'm ready to jump in. Let's get started. Also, I will say the packaging is really cute for this little sample set. You know, I actually haven't opened this, so let's see. Okay, cool. And so you can actually remove the little plastic holder and then just carry around other stuff in it, so that's cute. I think I want to start with Aura. I'm excited because it's not a specific fragrance name. You know, I don't know if it's going to be floral, I don't know if it's going to be spicy, gourmand, or it could be anything. So I'm kind of ready to just go into something that has a mysterious name to it. The other ones, like Milk and Extra Milk and Mochi Milk, you know, I'm expecting gourmand, but Sunlit Blooms, I'm expecting floral, but Aura's a mystery. I wonder what Aura's going to smell like. Ooh, immediately I like this one quite a lot. The scent impression that I'm getting from this is so specific, I don't know if it's gonna make sense. If you've ever been in like a New York & Company, a Gap, Banana Republic, like one of those clothing stores that was really hitting the mark for like professional women in their 30s, it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of something that they would sell, and it kind of reminds me of the smell of those stores, where it smells clean, but it also kind of smells kind of elegant, kind of floral, but a tiny bit grounded. It's not sharp. Like, it reminds me of the stores my mom would go to in the mall like 15, 20 years ago. She still likes Banana Republic though. I like this one. It's very inoffensive. It's definitely one of those perfumes where I think it's relatively safe to blind buy. Blind buying is definitely not recommended in general. If you were going to blind buy, something like this would be your safest bet. If you were going to buy a perfume for someone and you didn't really know what they liked, A, risky, but B, go with something like this. Fragrances like this kind of work in all contexts. You could wear it to church, you could wear it to work, you could wear it on a date. It's very everyday. It's a very ubiquitous scent. It's something where, to me, I would be very surprised if someone just didn't like it. Like, if someone strongly didn't like it, I can understand it not being somebody's favorite, but to me, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who just straight up didn't like this. Yeah, it just smells like an elegant woman in her 30s at New York & Company in like 2009. This is a very safe perfume. If you're someone who likes things that are really, really bold, this might not be for you. This is definitely for the everyday person. Immediately it smells feminine to me, but if I smelled this on a man, I'd be like, oh, he's probably a nice guy. A man that wears this does not feel like he needs to smell like metal and wood. If I smelled this on a man, I'd be like, he's secure in his masculinity. I think right off the bat, I give it 3.5 stars. I think that it's good. I wouldn't say it's especially unique, but I'd gladly wear that anywhere, any day. Yeah, Aura's cool. Aura's cool. Oh, let me read the notes now. The notes for Aura are pear, cedar, caramel. Oh, that's it. Pear, cedar, and caramel. See, I knew it was grounded just a little bit by something. Like, it wasn't so sharp. It wasn't sharp. It felt like it was floral, but it was also tempered with something. I think that the caramel is very important in that. It's not a strong enough caramel smell to where it's like, oh, this is gourmand. Like, I would not have identified caramel. It's all of the notes are very blended. Like, I don't think I could have pinpointed pear. I smell like I understand that it's fruity and it's floral, but I wouldn't have said, oh, that's a pear fragrance, and I wouldn't have said that's a caramel fragrance. Everything in it is very blended. I think the caramel is there just a touch, just to keep it from becoming sharp or kind of sour in the nose. Some perfumes are too alcoholic, like you just inhale it and your nose kind of burns. This doesn't do that, and I think it's because of the caramel. Okay, that's a vibe. I like that. Next up, let's do mochi milk. I expect it to smell like mochi milk. What I hope for this one, though, is that it's not so on the nose. Like, I hope that it's one of those fragrances where you have to know that it's mochi to really pinpoint that that's what it is. I hope that it's blended nicely, is what I mean. I hope that everything comes together in a way where you're not smelling individual notes, but you're smelling a harmony. You're smelling unity and not individual pieces, one after the other. Oh, I like it. There's something that's shared between Mochi Milk and Aura where I can tell that they came from the same perfume house. I can't quite identify what that is, but whatever quality that reminds me of, like, those nice clothing stores that I mentioned earlier, that is present here also. It's like there's a softness to it. There's a clean, soft, yet distinguished aspect to it. I like it. What I like is that it feels inspired by mochi without smelling so obvious. I would say that this is also relatively blind buy safe. Like, you can smell the mochi, but it's not overpowering. It's not on the nose. It smells warm, a little nutty. It's sweet. There's a sweetness to it that kind of reminds me of a pastry or a baked good, something a little sugary. I would expect to smell this on someone who was a little artsy, someone who didn't mind a classic fragrance but wanted a little twist. You know, it kind of reminds me of like a toasted sugar smell. The notes of mochi milk are marshmallow, vanilla bean, and sweet rice milk. I'm going to give mochi milk a 3.75. I like it. I like it quite a bit, and I like that it has a little bit of a unique flair to it. The mochi is there, but it's not overpowering. It's not it's not a flat, obvious fragrance. Like, if you didn't know that it was mochi scented, you would kind of wonder about it. You would have some curiosity about it. And that's really important to me in a fragrance. I like fragrances that have mystery to them and evoke curiosity. Like, I want to walk past somebody and for them to think, oh my goodness, what is that woman wearing? She smells incredible, but what is it? I want to cause wonder. Like, it's fine when you walk past somebody and you're just like, oh, cotton candy, vanilla. but I would say both fragrances so far have been very well blended, and you don't get harsh distinctions between each note, which I like. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with milk next. They must have a thing for milk because they have milk, extra milk, and mochi milk. So I wonder if this fragrance house specifically likes to do like soft gourmands, like milky fragrances. I don't know if that's something that they have in their other fragrances. I don't. The only fragrances I know about are these. I'm very much a newbie when it comes to Dedcool. But anyways, let's try milk. Girls, friends of old, if you were a warm vanilla sugar stan from Bath and Body Works, this is for you, my girl. Like if you still like warm vanilla sugar, but you don't want to wear it all the time because everybody knows it's warm vanilla sugar because everybody wore it already, try milk from Dedcool. It's a very delicate gourmand. It's not so food-like. It's not super cozy. It's slightly cozy, but I think that you could get away with wearing this year-round. It's a very soft gourmand fragrance. Like, it's not gonna make you feel nauseated, like, oh, I smell like a cookie and it's 100 degrees outside. No, this is very, very delicate. It almost smells a little cottony. I think my initial whiff, it reminded me of warm vanilla sugar, but just toned way down to a much more subtle degree. But honestly, I kind of smell cotton, like just like the most gentle vanilla mist over cotton. It just smells like a very subtle amber vanilla with cotton. There's something in it that has a touch of a sharpness to it. It could just be the alcohol base. It's a very mellow, warm fragrance. Something that would not be too overpowering in the heat. Honestly, it would be great this time of year as we're transitioning from summer to fall. Like, it's not your pumpkin spice perfume. It's not your leaves on the ground perfume, but it's a nice greeting to fall. Out of the three that I've tried, that one is most what I would describe as a skin scent. I think that if you sprayed that one strategically and didn't take a bath in it, someone may think that you just naturally smell like that. And I like that too. I like when a perfume is gentle enough so that you kind of just give off the illusion that you just smell incredible like that naturally. That one is like that. I think that milk is great if you don't want people to know that you're wearing a perfume. Like it's like the no makeup of perfume. Like you can wear that to the gym. You can wear that to the gym and people will be like, "Oh my god, like she smells so good and like it's so natural." Like, "Oh my gosh, she just naturally smells so good." No, she doesn't. She's wearing milk by Dedcool. I give milk 3.25. It's not as exciting as mochi milk, but I think that milk kind of has a place for everybody, or everybody has a place for milk because it's kind of one of those I'm not really wearing anything kind of perfumes. It's not something that I think that most people would flip over, but it's something that if you are a perfume collector, I think that having perfumes like that are necessary in your collection for days when you want to elevate your fragrance just a little bit, or like elevate your natural scent just a little bit, but not be too obvious. Milk makes me feel like like when you meet someone and they're really artistic and minimalist and like everything in their closet is a staple piece that they thrifted. They probably usually only wear neutrals. Like they just kind of have like a very elevated, pared down aesthetic. That person wears milk by Dedcool. They're wearing a perfume that just kind of smells like skin. That's what the cool girl with the pared down apartment that has only luxury items, but just a few things. Luxury, but minimal. Milk is luxury, but minimal. That girl is wearing Milk by Dedcool. I like it. I like that one. I've liked all three. What a successful perfume review so far. I almost want to dislike one. I'm not gonna do that just cause, but like, I think it's fun when someone is smelling multiple perfumes and one of them just don't cut it. That's when it gets funny. But I haven't disliked any of them. Genuinely, truly. Anyways, moving right along. Okay, so I'm gonna do extra milk next. I don't know if, oh, actually, I lied. I didn't read the notes for milk. The notes for milk are amber, bergamot, and white musk. I love bergamot. Maybe that's what was giving it that slight acidity, that slight sharpness was the bergamot. But yeah, the white musk is definitely what's giving it that simple skin smell. Okay, and extra milk has the same notes, amber, bergamot, and white musk. I'm assuming extra milk is just stronger. This one also gives me that initial warm vanilla sugar nostalgia, but stronger. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same notes, which we already discussed. It may be a little bit more potent. Maybe if I wore them on separate days, I could tell the difference more so. I would say that this one is probably just a little bit more clearer in the sense that you could probably distinguish the notes a little bit more. Like it's a little stronger. I wouldn't even say that they're balanced differently. If they are balanced differently, I can't tell. They smell almost identical to me. So the notes that I have on milk are the same notes that I have on extra milk. I think that aside from the fact that milk is probably going to be more your friend if you're trying to deceive the people around you into thinking that you are not wearing any perfume at all. Extra milk may give you away a little bit. Like even extra milk is quite soft. And like I said, with milk, if you place it strategically, you could probably still get away with people thinking you're not really wearing anything. They're almost the same to me. If I was going to buy one, I would probably go ahead and buy extra milk because even though it is, I'm assuming, the more potent fragrance, it's still soft enough to wear sparingly and get that very delicate, subtle fragrance without making it so obvious that you're wearing a perfume. So I'll give extra milk 3.5. So we have two more fragrances. I'm gonna go ahead and try Sunlit Blooms. I like this one. I think this one is the most punchy. It has a floral fragrance like, I want to say like a gardenia or something like that, but it also smells a little citrusy like lemon. It does smell bright and luminous like a springtime fragrance. It's a little powdery, but honestly, it's a well blended fragrance. They've all been well blended. There's something about this that smells a little bubbly, soapy. I think this one smells slightly more mature than the other ones. If I was going to associate an image with this one, it would be the sun rising over a garden. I think that Sunlit Blooms is a very apt name for it. It does feel happy. This is a very happy fragrance. I do think, though, that if I was going to purchase one, this would be last on my list. It's very pleasant, but it's very slightly more mature than I would want. I guess it's just not very exciting to me. However, I'm not wearing any of these. Like I'm not testing any of these on skin. And so my opinion will be different once I actually try these on myself. It's very inoffensive. To me, I think it's just a little bit too mature for me. The notes in Sunlit Blooms are orange blossom, white floral, and salty vanilla. Do with that what you will. Sunlit Blooms, I'm going to give that one a 2.75. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. It's very polite. It's a none of these fragrances are offensive at all. Like they're all very soft and rounded. None of them smell sharp or harsh or too potent. Like I think all of these have kind of a velvety finish to them, which I'm very impressed by. Like I'm actually quite impressed so far by all of these. Dedcool is definitely a fragrance house that I want to explore more of after smelling all these. I like that they all have a soft finish to them because I really don't like smelling a perfume and just kind of feeling gagged by it and just feeling like the alcohol has just gone straight up my nose and all of that. These all feel very gentle and delicate. Okay, and so now for the finale. This is the one I've heard people talking about. This is what kind of made me want to get a sample pack of Dedcool Perfumes. I've heard a few people talk about Taunt. I'm not sure what the notes are. I haven't read the notes yet. I'm excited to finally uncover the mystery that is Taunt. There was a perfume that Bath and Body Works used to have. I haven't seen it in years, but it was a freesia fragrance. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Or freesia. This reminds me of that. I had the body spray of that fragrance from Bath and Body Works as a kid. This one is a little bit more complex than the body spray that I had as a kid, though. There's something in it that grounds it. It almost has like not a spicy quality to it, but perhaps something a touch woody or a touch peppery. But this largely smells very floral and delicate. I would compare this one most to Aura. It's less gourmand than the milk fragrances, and it's not as floral as Sunlit Blooms. It's blended in a way that all of the notes, whatever they are very blurred, very similar to Aura. Like it's difficult to pinpoint one particular note from another. It does smell a little vanilla-y. I think that's what's kind of grounding it. It's like a vanilla floral, but it's not quite a gourmand and it's not quite a floral. It almost feels like it's balancing the two. I like it. I like it. The notes in Taunt are bergamot, vanilla, and amber. Inoffensive, also in the same way that Aura is. I feel like you could get away with wearing this anywhere. Some perfumes are strictly date night perfumes. Some perfumes are strictly for professional environments or environments where you're going to be in mixed company. This is a flexible fragrance. I think that you can kind of wear this anywhere, anytime. I do think that it's light enough to wear that if you placed it strategically and didn't spray a whole lot of it, it would kind of just melt into your skin and give the impression that you smell good without wearing a perfume that's just kind of on top of you. Yeah, it's nice. I think I'm going to give that one a 3.25 as well. But I am excited to try them on my skin and see how my opinions change. I thought about doing that in this video. Maybe I'll just choose a few. I'll choose a few. I think what I'll do is I will try on Extra Milk, Taunt, and Aura and see how those smell on me. So this is Aura. Just as a reminder, the notes for Aura are pear, cedar, and caramel. I wonder if the caramel is really going to jump out. Whenever I put on an ambery perfume, the amber really jumps out. Like if I put on a perfume that has amber in it, that's what really jumps out. And so I wonder if warm notes in general really jump out. So let's see. Aura kind of smells a little mature on me too. I feel like I get the fruit more. I think it does smell a little bit older than me though. Like, and I don't mean this in an inherently negative way. Like it's just it smells a little beyond my years. Like it smells like something that I would smell on older women when I was a kid. It's nice though. It's balanced very nicely by the fruit. Excited to try that one and wear it all day and see how it develops. Now I'm going to try extra milk. It's gourmand, but not so much. Also, as a reminder, the notes in extra milk are amber, bergamot, and white musk. There's something in it that's a little bit bitter, a little bit tart, and I like that. I like that it's a very balanced gourmand. It doesn't smell so intensely and so obviously like a food. You know, it doesn't smell exactly like this, but it smells like almost like it has like a bitterness, like a pencil shaving. You know, like when you sharpen your pencil and it kind of has like that earthy, bitter smell. It kind of has a little bit of that. And I am pro that. I think that that's very helpful in a gourmand. Like something that just tempers it and makes it not so edible. I like it though. It's mature. Like mature in the sense like it doesn't smell like a kid's lollipop. But it's not so mature that it reminds me of an elderly woman. No shade to the elderly woman. I want to be just like you, but perfumes that elderly women wore as a kid were just not the vibe. All right, and I'm gonna try Taunt as well. I'm kind of interested in trying Mochi Milk too, but I'm gonna try Taunt. Taunt is bergamot, vanilla, and amber. I like Taunt more on my skin than I did just on the tester strip. You get that earthy fruitiness, and you know, it's simple. You know, like it's not like you smell with all of these. They're all very simple, but they're all blended very well. And so it's like you don't feel like you're getting competing notes or like there's just way too many elements to it. It's delicate and it's simple and it kind of just works for multiple contexts. And like I think because these formulas are so simple, you don't have to like sit there and fight with yourself like, oh my god, like is this too spicy for work? Is this too sweet for the date? Like, you know, it's just they're like, here, it smells good, it works. It works. We know it works, it works. I like it. I think you can smell the fruit a little bit more in that one as well. Once I smelled it on skin. And I think lastly, I'm gonna also do mochi milk. Let's do mochi milk. Mochi milk smells so good. It smells creamy. Like now that I'm smelling it on me, it smells like an ice cream. Like honestly, it honestly kind of reminds me of like a strawberry ice cream. Yeah, I mean the notes are marshmallow, vanilla bean, and sweet rice milk. And so I guess that's where that creaminess is coming from. Something about this, I don't know if it's the vanilla bean, but something about this makes it a little bit more grounded so it isn't so sweet. Yeah, but I like that. It's like a fun little fragrance. Like it's not so sweet and it's not so obvious. I think that it still invites a little bit of mystery and curiosity, but it smells fun and cute and I like that one. So those are my thoughts on the 6 Dedcool perfumes that I have. I am very impressed by the whole range. Even the one or two that I probably wouldn't gravitate towards, they were still very nice. None of these were bad to me, like in the least bit. None of them were offensive. None of them were fragrances that I couldn't see having a pretty strong audience. Like, I liked all of them. I liked all of them, which I think is kind of hard to do, honestly. I am most impressed by the very soft, gentle finish that all of these have. At no point did they smell really alcoholic and sharp. They all had a very gentle, delicate finish to them. And that's really something that I gravitate towards. I get overwhelmed by fragrance, especially if I spray it anywhere near my face, like on my chest or on my neck. If a perfume is too strong, it can get kind of nauseating for me and it can just start to irritate me. So I appreciate that these are not, I appreciate that these don't project so much, but you can still smell them. These all have a place, you know? I think that there's someone for all of these. I'm very impressed with these. I like them. I like Dedcool. Like I honestly was kind of expecting one or two to be kind of funky or odd. None of these were odd. Like, so, I mean, I don't know how long Dedcool has been in business. I'd never heard of Dedcool probably before the last year. I don't know how new they are as a brand, but I kind of just assumed that they were a younger brand because I hadn't heard of them before. And so I like when you kind of smell like a younger perfume brand, I feel like you're kind of gonna get one or two that are just like really odd and kind of off putting, and maybe it works for like one person out of 100. But none of these were that. Like, honestly, these kind of, these all kind of worked, could work well in a variety of ages. I could see someone in their 20s wearing these. I could see someone in their 40s wearing these, 50s, 60s. Like, I think they all have a wide appeal to them. Great job, Dedcool. Like, wonderful job to all of you. I think on my skin, from the ones that I've tried, I think my favorite is Mochi Milk. I think that this is a very approachable brand of perfume. Good job, Dedcool. I hope that you enjoyed this perfume review. I enjoy doing this, and so if it's something that people like, then I'll do some more. You can subscribe to my monthly newsletter at housegustav.com, where I post my monthly favorites, recommendations, random happenings in my life, and I keep you updated on my business and my YouTube channel and things like that. I I had fun filming this. I hope that you had a great time also. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.